Welcome to Bible Stories with Activities. Today's Gospel reading for the 33rd Sunday of Ordinary Time comes from the Gospel according to Mark.
Jesus said to his disciples, "In those days after that tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the end of the earth to the end of the sky. Learn a lesson from the fig tree. When its branch becomes tender and sprouts leaves, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see these things happening, know that he is near at the gates. Amen, I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But of that day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father."
In today's Gospel reading, we hear Jesus telling his disciples that nobody knows when the end of everything will happen except for the Father, not even the Son. So instead of thinking about this Gospel reading and worrying about it, I think it's a great reminder for us to remember to prepare our hearts for Jesus. And with the season of Advent coming up in a few short weeks, that's just a really great reminder for us. As we begin Advent and we're preparing for Christmas, we should be preparing our heart for Jesus, so making it a good home. So maybe we spend more time in prayer. Maybe we read more faith-filled books that help us grow in our faith, or we watch shows that bring us closer to Jesus and our family closer to Jesus. So I want you to think about that today, and as we begin to get closer to Advent, how can you prepare your heart for Jesus?
Since today's gospel discussed time, our craft today is going to be making a clock. The materials that you will need are a paper plate, cardboard from like a cereal box so it's thin enough to cut, scissors, a brass fastener to make your clock hands spin, and markers.
All right, now that you have your materials, let's get started.
Taking your paper plate, draw your numbers on it to make it a clock. You can do numerical numbers or Roman numerals depending upon what you want to teach your children. Then take your cardboard and draw your two arrows for your clock hands and color them different colors so you can teach your children which one is the minute hand and which one is the hour hand. Then take your scissors and cut your hour and minute hand out. Next, take your brass fastener and poke a hole through your two clock hands with it. You might need to use scissors or a box cutter, so you might need an adult for help. Next, have an adult help you use a box cutter or a pair of scissors to poke a hole in the center of your clock, and then take your clock hands with your fastener and attach them to your clock, and then you can spin your hands and start telling time.
All right, now you have your completed clock. So spend some time this week working with your kids on telling time and talking to them about preparing their hearts for Jesus, and that they can start now and that they have their whole lifetime to continue to prepare their hearts for Jesus. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you and your family have a truly blessed week.